This all went down in late 2023 at Apex Pulse Capital, a fintech darling based in Lower Manhattan that everyone in the industry either wanted to work for or wanted to be. 420 employees, $308 million in yearly revenue, and a CEO named Ryan J. Harrington, who was on the cover of Forbes 30 Under 30, not once but twice. Me, I was just the server room guy. Name's Ethan Carter. I started there in 2015 at age 24, fresh out of Georgia Tech, with a computer science degree and a senior project on ultra-low latency crypto arbitrage that accidentally made me six figures in college. Ryan personally recruited me with a craft beer handshake and the classic line, "Ethan, come build the future with us. If you're half as good as your GitHub says, we'll make you stupid rich." 8 years later, I was still waiting on the stupid rich part. For the first 4 years, I lived in a windowless basement 2 floors under the trading floor, literally below street level, next to the HVAC units that sounded like jet engines. That's where I built Colossus from scratch alone. Colossus wasn't just software, it was a monster. 48,000 orders per second, 74 microsecond average latency to Chicago and Frankfurt. Arbitraged 32 crypto exchanges, 18 forex banks, and 11 dark pools simultaneously. Moved $2.6 billion a day with a Sharpe ratio north of 5.1. And I was the only human on planet Earth who understood every single line of it. Officially, my title was Senior Infrastructure Engineer. Take-home pay, $78,000 a year. No bonus, no equity, not even a decent chair. Ryan used to introduce me to investors as our little wizard in the dungeon, and then laugh like it was the funniest thing ever. October 16th, 2023, Monday, 4:12 p.m. HR calls me upstairs. Some 31-year-old VP named Kaylee with Balenciaga sneakers hands me the letter. Company restructuring. Blah blah. 3-month severance. Security will escort you out. Ryan didn't even show his face. He sent a 9-second voice note. Nothing personal, bro. Just bringing in some fresh Stanford blood. You've taken us as far as you can. Big hug. I smiled, put my phone away, and asked Kaylee one question. You 100% sure you want me to walk out that door today? She rolled her eyes so hard I thought they'd fall out. Your access is already revoked. Clock's ticking. That was the exact moment the countdown started. See, back in 2021, after Ryan denied me a $9K raise while buying a matte black Lamborghini Urus for client meetings, I built something I called Protocol Able. 4 stages, totally invisible to every audit. We paid the Russians $1.4 million in 2022, and they found nothing. Phase 1, ghost latency, kicks in 24 hours after my badge stops working. Phase 2, feed blindness, 36 hours. Phase 3, total lockdown, plus company-wide taunts, 48, 72 hours. Phase 4, irreversible purge after 96 hours without my biometrics, plus master passphrase. The master passphrase. The king is naked and the wolf bleeds too. 5:03 p.m. I walked out with my backpack, a half-dead succulent named Karen, and the calmest grin I've ever worn. Tuesday, October 17th, 8:47 a.m. First alert hits the Thales Trading Emergency Slack. Latency just spiked to 480 meters. What the hell? By 9:15, they were bleeding $1.4 million on ETH arbitrage alone. The new rockstar hire, some 26-year-old ex-Google bro named Hunter, who wore $600 hoodies, opened the dashboard and saw nothing but scrolling green matrix code. He tried to restart the nodes. Colossus answered with a single red line. Unauthorized restart attempt. 71 hours, 11 minutes until Able 4. Nobody knew what Able 4 was. 11:03 a.m. All crypto and forex feeds go dark. Colossus is completely blind. Open margin positions, $194 million. If the system doesn't resume trading soon, Every broker on the planet will liquidate them automatically. 1:30 p.m., emergency war room. Ryan, the three co-founders, CFO, Kaylee from HR, and Hunter, who's now sweating through his Patagonia vest. One of the Saudi investors on Zoom asks the million-dollar question, "Where's Ethan?" Dead silence. Ryan clears his throat. "We optimized him yesterday." The Saudi says one word in Arabic that definitely wasn't a compliment and drops the call. 4:22 p.m. First voicemail from Ryan, voice cracking. "Ethan, buddy, huge misunderstanding. We need you back, like yesterday." I left him on read while eating a $4.75 halal chicken platter on 53rd Street. Wednesday, October 18th, 9 a.m., Phase 3 hits. Every single monitor on the trading floor turns blood red with the same message in 72-point font. Primary key missing. Contact original architect, Ethan Carter, extension 666. Yeah, I picked 666 on purpose. 10:12 a.m. Someone leaks screenshots to Wall Street Oasis and FinTwit. Stock drops 34% in an hour. 11:47 a.m. Hunter tries to brute force SSH as root. Colossus instantly IP bans him and emails the entire company. Intrusion attempt detected. Hunter.readipexpulse.capital. Immediate termination recommended. Hunter looked like he was about to faint. 2:09 p.m. Total losses, $204 million between forced liquidations and market cap wipeout. A $900 million Abu Dhabi sovereign fund pulls every single dollar. 5:11 p.m. Ryan has called me 71 times. I pick up on 72. "Ethan, please. We're dead. The board is talking bankruptcy by Monday." I was sipping an iced coffee on a bench in Central Park. "Ryan, 48 hours ago I was dead weight. Today I'm your savior." Funny how that works. Name your price, literally anything. Written offer by midnight. And I want a public LinkedIn apology from your personal account, with your real face. Done. Posting it right now. Thursday, October 19th, 8 a.m. Giant countdown appears on every screen. Able 4 irreversible purge begins in 15 hours, 09 minutes. All audit logs. 2017-2023 will be zeroized. That was nuclear. No logs. House instant SEC investigation and shutdown. 10:30 a.m. I walk back into 375 Park Avenue like I own the place, because I basically did at that point. The lobby security guard actually saluted me. Top floor. The boardroom smelled like fear and Red Bull. Ryan looked like he'd aged 10 years in 72 hours. Kaylee was crying mascara rivers. Hunter wouldn't make eye contact. Ryan stood up and hugged me like I'd just come back from war. He smelled like expensive panic. "Ethan, I'm so sorry. Biggest mistake of my life." I gently pushed him off and slid the contract across the table. What he signed that morning was pure poetry. Base salary, $620,000, 4% equity, valued at $28 million at the time, guaranteed $2.4 million bonus first year, company Porsche Taycan, Turbo S, black on black obviously, corporate Amex black with no limit for technical expenses, full technical sovereignty. Nobody touches Colossus without my written approval. Golden key clause. If they ever fire me again, I walk away with an additional 15% of the company and permanent ownership of the Colossus source code. And the cherry on top, Ryan's personal LinkedIn apology, posted at 11:07 a.m. Today, I made the worst decision of my professional life. I fired the single most brilliant mind this company ever had. Ethan Carter wasn't the IT guy in the basement. Ethan Carter was Apex Pulse Capital. Without him, we were hours from bankruptcy. I am deeply, publicly sorry. Welcome home, Ethan, this time forever. That post hit 4.1 million impressions in 48 hours. Comments were brutal and beautiful. 11:13 a.m. Thursday, I stood in front of the entire executive team and slowly typed the master passphrase, "The king is naked and the wolf bleeds too." Colossus came back online in 38 seconds flat. Monitors turned green, orders started flowing, money started pouring back in. The room erupted in applause and relieved sobs. I didn't clap. Epilogue. 6 months later. Company recovered to about 68% of its previous value. I cashed out 31.2 million invested equity and bonuses. Ryan stepped down for personal reasons and now gives 25K keynote speeches about culture. Kaylee from HR quietly left fintech and now sells yoga leggings on Instagram. Hunter lasted another 11 days and apparently streams Fortnite now. Me. I still work in the basement. Only now it has mood lighting, a $12,000 Herman Miller chair, a kegerator, and a gold plaque on the door that reads, Ethan Carter, Chief Architect, God of Colossus, and 6.8% owner of this entire building. Every year on the anniversary of my termination, I have a $1,300 Jamon Iberico delivered to Ryan's house with a handwritten note. Hope this tastes better than humble pie. The Basement Guy. Moral of the story: bosses of the internet, never ever fire the one person who holds the keys to your entire empire, because one day he might decide to change the locks from the outside. Drop a like if you've ever wanted to watch a company burn for 72 hours. Subscribe because next week we've got an even wilder one, and I'll see you legends in the next one. Peace.